Taylor Walls is so good with the glove, but how about Taylor Walls? He's got a 7-game hitting streak. He had 3 runs scored, 16 runs, 16-6 over the O's. Griffin Jack's on the hill tonight. Best team in all of baseball. All right, let's go to our Central Florida Behavioral Health Network DAE hotline. Learn more at cfbhn.org. He is the legendary, still so strong and good, the Rays TV play-by-play voice. He was the Houston Astros play-by-play voice, the Chicago Cubs, the New York Yankees, and since day one with the Tampa Bay Rays, the one, the only, the great Dewayne Staats. How you doing, Dewayne?
I'm looking around to see if somebody else came through the door.
Oh no!
What is going on?
How you doing, Dewayne? How you doing?
Very well, thank you, thank you. I'll tell you, a lot of good things going on.
Oh my God. I was just telling Tim, our producer, it must be like baseball is a long season, 162. And boy, oh boy, if you are having to be 9 innings doing play by play, broadcasting the Rays when they're losing, when it's a long season and you know you're out of it. Like, just how nice is it? I know you're a professional. You're going to do your best no matter what the outcome is on the field. But how nice is it? How much fun is it to be able to go to the ballpark and to do games of a team that is just so much fun to watch, Dewayne?
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I think I think they're more fun and more enjoyable with the cast they have this year than they have even in those great years that they had when they surprised people and then became. I'll tell you, this franchise has become contenders as much as any franchise in any size market with any payroll, which has been amazing. And this year, it's what I love about it is set aside from winning, which is the thing you have to do,
Uh-huh.
but how they go about it, how they do it. And they have revitalized baseball with the way they're doing it, as opposed to a lot of strikeouts and a lot of home runs and all of that kind of stationary baseball. They've gone back to I, I don't want to sound as if I'm getting carried away because I wasn't even there during the Gas House gang with the Cardinals in the 30s and 40s. But,
Uh-huh.
I look at the way the National League played baseball for decade after decade. You go back to as recent as the 80s, 70s, and 80s, and the way the Cardinals played baseball in St. Louis. The Dodgers had that kind of team to build. You'd get 2 or 3 guys with power. You'd put them strategically located in the lineup. You had guys who could steal bases. You could catch the ball, outfielders who could go get it, and a pitching staff that's going to keep you in the game day in and day out. And that's what this team is. So I think we're seeing baseball at its best in terms of how the game is uh, is put on the field, and then how you put it into motion. And that's the winning is the great thing, number one, but how they're doing it is so much fun.
This is Dewayne Staats joining us. I was just thinking, Dwayne, when you're talking, you know how it goes with baseball, especially with hitting, you're going to have slumps. But the thing about it is, when I'm looking at this lineup, they beat you so many ways. They take the extra base. They steal a lot. They can bunt. They can get guys over. So even if 1 or 2 of the big guys, let's say Yandy's in a little bit of a slump, or even Aranda, who is so consistent and with the RBIs and getting his, even if they have 1 or 2 of those guys, they can beat you different ways. So my question to you is, and everybody asks me, is this sustainable? Now, Joe Madden was on with T. Kraz last week, and he said, well, at this pace, probably no. But
Yeah.
the way that they play good baseball, they can continue winning. He could see that. What do you think, Dwayne?
Yeah, I think it's absolutely true. I mean, you nobody's going to go, and win 130 or 140 games,
Right.
whatever pace. But what this does, it gives you an opportunity to win almost every game. You're in a game because of the structure of your team. Pitching and defense is, I think, the bedrock of really good teams, and then a varied offense with power. As we mentioned, you got two or three guys who can pop the ball, but then you have guys who can move the ball too in your lineup. So, you can execute a hit and run. You can have a guy steal a base and then move him over to third and score him on a ground ball, and play good defense, and you make two or three runs stand up. And that's what this team can do. And then every once in a while, as we saw last night, they had 18 hits and 16 runs. So that's going to be a breakout every once in a while. But they can beat you 1-0, 2-1, 5-3, and apparently 16-6 as well.
The great Dwayne Staats is joining us. He is the original and the only Rays TV play by play voice ever since day one, 1998, against the Detroit Tigers. Wilson Alvarez, the first pitch. Dwayne has been there. But prior to this, a lot of you youngsters might not realize he also did New York Yankees baseball, Chicago Cubs baseball, and the Houston Astros in the Astrodome. And he's got such great stories. Oh my God, I wish we were here. Is there, besides being the man with the Rays and the Rays turning it from, the lowly Devil Rays going to the World Series, there's been great moments. Is there any one moment that's at the top for you, Dwayne, in your storied baseball career? Was it your first ever game with the Astros? Was it something with the Cubs, working with Harry Carey? Anything that could stand out, a little story you could tell us, Dwayne?
I'll tell you, there are a number of those, and sometimes we can tell them in mixed company, and
Right,
sometimes
right,
we
right,
can't.
right, right.
But I've just been so fortunate. I
Hmm.
like a lot of us as a kid. You grow up with this game, you love the game, and you get to play it. As a kid, and I always tell people I was a good enough judge of talent to know that nobody was going to pay me to play. And along the way, I mean, there are a lot of people who you have to look back and be grateful for that they were in your life. And, they go all the way back to little league coaches, high school coaches, teachers. I got drafted into the debate team in high school, as well as one of the greatest summers I had was in driver's ed, driving around all summer with the baseball coach. And we analyzed every team in the major leagues while we were, while he was brave enough to put me behind the wheel.
Awesome.
And so, there are all of those wonderful things like that. And it's hard to pick one time. I owe a great debt of gratitude to the late Gene Elston. Jack Buck was, a great booster as well. And heck, I grew up listening to both those guys, and to be able to cross paths with them, and and then there was Harry and in Chicago.
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable. So there's so many highlights and so many just acts of kindness that I've been the recipient of. It's really difficult to zero in.
Right.
But I'll tell you, coming here, and I thought at the time, I thought this was going to be a great experience to come to a brand new franchise and grow with it, help to grow the market and the team, and have the growth myself, because we knew that at least initially there was going to be some losing. That always happens with expansion teams. And so you're presenting the game, and it's a great event, and you just keep coming back, and that's what baseball teaches you, because it's 162 games. It's to me a great parallel to life itself. It's one day after another, and you have to answer the bell, and to be involved in that and have somebody pay you to do it, I think it's a pretty good deal.
Here's my last one, Dwayne. You've been broadcasting Major League Baseball game, Major League at the top of this profession for over 40 years. Someone's been paying you for over 40 years, man. What is the key do you for your success? Your staying power to be at the major league level for over 40 years. We got young guys here. There's a young guy, Chris Mathis. He wants to be a play-by-play guy. Whatever it is, what is the key to your success? What advice can you give to be successful for so long at the top, Dwayne?
Well, I'll tell you, number one, you have to love what you do. I feel blessed to do this. It's it's not work, but don't be afraid to work. And I spent a couple of years in the minor leagues doing AAA baseball before I went back to St. Louis with a TV station, and truly that was 100 years ago. Not quite, but really over 50.
Mhm.
And I had a couple of people stress to me preparation, homework, and if you love what you're doing, it's not a chore to do the homework. You're really interested in what you're doing. You enjoy what you're doing. No two games have ever been alike. And prepping for these games, players. I mean, look at all the players that you and I have both seen come through this
Right.
franchise,
Right.
and to see the development and see the human drama of failure and success and coming back and doing it again and until you do succeed. It's a great parallel of the human experience. I think this game, and that keeps you coming back, and plus it's a great game because there's no real formula to this game. There's a general idea of what you have to do to be successful, but every game is different, and there's no certainty in it, and that's why you see guys working out with repetition, batting practice, throwing sidelines, down in the bullpen, and all of those things that it requires. It requires the pursuit of perfection and understanding that you may never get to that perfect level, but you can step by step make yourself better and better through preparation and a little hard work, and it seems to work out for a lot of guys.
Well, it certainly worked out for Dwayne. Still sounding great. And I go up to the level where he is getting ready in their booth, and I'll look. And I wanted to ask you the last couple of games if you would come on, and you're always preparing. Like Dwayne is quiet. Every time I look in, oh, he's busy. He's busy. He is preparing. He's not winging it. He does do so much preparation. That's why I didn't bother you. I was so happy when I fist bumped you when you were walking by me. I can see him now. I can ask him. So, Dwayne, you're the best at what you do. We love it, and hopefully this season will continue like this. And just thanks so much. These are long days and nights. Thanks so much, man, for taking a little time to come on WDA here, Dwayne.
Hey, it's always a pleasure to be in your company, and I really think the team can keep this thing sustained. Pitch the ball, catch the ball, and then have some timely hitting makes for a fun time.
Beautiful. All right, Dwayne, thanks. We'll see you at the park. Thank you, Dwayne.
All righty, take care.
All right, that's it. See, find something you love, but then also work hard at it, and you can be a success too. We'll continue on the Flamethrower. WDA Dewayne Staats.